Let's talk about slot bonuses. We always tend to focus on the math, right? The wagering requirements, the RTP, all that stuff. But what if the numbers are actually just a sideshow? Today, we're going to look at how these bonuses aren't really designed to change your odds. They're designed to change you. So it all comes down to this one big question. Is this just free money? On the surface, it seems like a pretty simple yes. But the real answer? It has almost nothing to do with the money itself. It's all about how the idea of free money messes with our heads. And this is the fundamental disconnect right here. The myth we tell ourselves is that a bonus is there to improve our mathematical chances. But the reality is, its only job is to influence our behavior. This isn't a battle for your wallet. It's a battle between your calculator and your brain. So let's step beyond the math for a bit. To really, truly understand why these bonuses work so well for the house, even the ones that look terrible on paper, we have to dive into the psychology of how we play. Okay, this is probably the most important mental shift to make. A bonus is not a gift. It's an incentive. Think of it like a carefully placed carrot on a stick. Its goal isn't to give you an edge. It's designed to change how you play, for how long you play, and, even how you feel about winning or losing. And you've seen them in all shapes and sizes, I'm sure. Free spins, bonus credits, match offers, you name it. But it doesn't matter what the packaging looks like. Underneath it all, they're engineered to do one simple thing: keep you in your seat and keep you playing. And this leads us right to the central psychological trick of the whole thing, what we can call the free money illusion. This is the moment where our brain's logic starts to get a little fuzzy and our psychology grabs the steering wheel. It all starts with this fascinating concept called mental separation. See, our brain likes to neatly categorize things, so it creates two different piles of money in our head. There's our own, hard-earned cash, and then there's the bonus funds. We treat that bonus like house money, and that one little mental trick changes absolutely everything. Because once our brain makes that separation, it has this powerful emotional effect. The bonus money just feels, less valuable. It's way easier to risk. It almost feels like play money, It's not real, which means we don't feel the sting when we lose it. And the result of this is totally predictable. Because the money feels less real, our tolerance for risk just shoots through the roof. We start making bigger bets than we normally would. We play through losses that would usually make us walk away. And just like that, the bonus has done its main job. It's made you play longer. But wait, the psychology gets even more powerful when you start looking at the structure of the bonus itself. This is what we can call the commitment trap, and it's built entirely around those pesky wagering requirements. This wagering loop is a perfect psychological trap. The second you start, you feel invested. Now, the thought of quitting feels like you're throwing away all that progress you've made. It's the classic sunk cost fallacy, weaponized to make us stick around and tolerate losses for way longer than we logically should. And here's the wild result of that loop. Your goal completely changes, often without you even noticing. You stop calculating your odds or thinking about winning. You just become focused on one thing: finishing that wagering requirement. The task of completion becomes the prize, not the money. And you have to understand, the design of these bonuses is no accident. They're expertly crafted, borrowing all sorts of engagement tricks straight from the world of video games, all designed to keep you hooked. It's so subtle, but so powerful. You see these little progress bars filling up, you see targets getting closer and closer, you're unlocking new conditions. This isn't just a bonus anymore. It's been turned into a game progression system. It creates this feeling of momentum that keeps your eyes on the task, not on the cost. And free spins are an absolute masterclass in this. They feel completely heartless, right? That's because they totally remove that immediate feeling of cost. You're just pulled into the session, into the rhythm of play, and that transition from the free part to your real money, it happens so smoothly you often don't even notice. So, okay, we've seen all these psychological drivers at play. What's the big takeaway here? It's actually really simple. Just being aware of these tricks is what restores your control over the whole situation. And that's the key thing to get. Understanding this psychology doesn't change the fixed math. The house edge is still the house edge. The game's odds are what they are. What changes is you. You become aware of how your own risk tolerance, your session length, and your decisions are being subtly manipulated. And that awareness is your best tool. It gives you the ability to separate the cold, hard math from the warm, fuzzy feeling. It helps you recognize that sunk cost pressure and resist it. And it gives you back the power to end a session on your own terms, deliberately. So in the end, it really all comes down to this. A bonus doesn't need to beat the math. It doesn't have to be a good deal. It just needs to keep you engaged long enough for the casino's math to do its inevitable work. Understanding that single distinction, well, that's everything.